What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl Bree. Welcome to Blossom with Bree. And today we're gonna be talking about some not specific scripture, of course, but like the talk is coming from my interaction with scripture. So I'm reading the book of Luke. A couple weeks ago, I was in the first chapter of Luke, and read it because I'm only gonna give you the spark notes. Zacharias has an interaction with Gabriel. Gabriel comes to tell Zacharias that God heard his prayer and that God was going to bless them with a child. Zacharias basically like, how do I know this to be true? I'm too old, my wife too old, and I don't understand how this is going to be true. How are we going to have a baby? We too old to have a baby. And so after that, Zacharias was put on mute. A few verses later, though, Gabriel goes on, he goes to talk to Mary. He tells Mary, you're going to bear a child. Mary has a similar question, like, how is this possible? I've never known a man. She's never been intimate with a man, so how is it that she's going to have a baby? Now, my first question was, why was Zacharias put on mute and Mary wasn't? So I went to this website I usually go to kind of like help me out sometimes to dissect certain things a little deeper and like give me some understanding that I may be lagging in. And the website, not verbatim, is like saying that Zechariah demonstrated a lack of faith and Mary didn't. Now I'm about to go off on a little tangent. Zacharias and Elizabeth, his wife, story kind of reminds me of Abraham and Sarah. And so I'm going back into it. I couldn't understand it for the life of me, like how he showed a lack of faith and Mary didn't, because their questions were very similar. The only difference was the context. Zacharias and Elizabeth were too old. Mary had never had been intimate with a man. So how is it that their questions were very much similar, but he showed a lack of faith? It honestly did not make sense to me. And so I asked my sisters. I sent it in the group chat. I'm like, I don't get this. And one of my sisters, she responded and she said, now mind you, I read it. Before I go into what she said, I read it maybe 3 times. Might have been 4. Definitely 3 though. And she pointed out something. Not her words verbatim, but in so many words, Zacharias went to God about it. Gabriel told him, God heard your prayers. Zacharias didn't believe that God would do it. And so that showed his lack of faith. But Mary never went to God about a child. Gabriel came to her and told her that she was going to have a child. So that was different in their interaction. So his lack of faith was because he asked God for a thing, but he didn't believe that God would do it. So I'm like, okay, but I read it though. So how did I miss it? And in that moment, I even said it to her, wow, slow down. I feel like God is telling me to slow down. In that moment, in their interaction with my reading, I missed it because I didn't slow down enough to see that portion of the text. Now, I did also talk to my pastor, and he talked about the idea of like Zacharias being a little older, Zacharias a priest, Zacharias should have known better. And Mary is more of new to it, not really knowing much. So like there's that. So I'm like, mute. How is he mute? She's not. And their questions are similar. But the whole thing is his lack of faith. He knew about God. He knew what God was capable of. He knew who God was because he was a priest. He prayed. He went to God about it. And so I missed it because I didn't slow down enough to see that. That never once crossed my mind. I read the text like 3 times. In a life today where everything is so fast paced, everything is so instant, you can get everything so quickly, you can get everything at the snap of a finger. Literally get everything so quickly. We do things so quickly. I look around me, I see how people drive so fast just to get to a stop sign or a red light, and it's like we move so fast. But in the process of moving so fast, we miss things. Sometimes we miss things because we're moving so fast. Sometimes accidents happen because we're moving so fast that we run through a red light and there's a collide. I mean, we move so fast that we miss things. And I pray this prayer often in the morning, that I don't miss God in the day, because we move so fast in the day. We move on the hamster wheel of just doing and doing what we're supposed to do at work. We're doing what we're supposed to do for our lives. We're doing what we're supposed to do for our families and our friends. And we're just moving fast paced. We're trying to get things quicker. We're trying to get success fast. We're trying to get what we want and desire so fast that we're not willing to slow down to see what it is that God is trying to reveal to us in order for us to get to where we're trying to go. And I often pray that, God, I don't miss you in a day. I don't miss you. Because of the simple fact that the matter is, God talks to us throughout the day if we slow down enough to see it and understand it and hear it. The world has conditioned us and made us believe that fast is better. Fast is more successful. Fast is the way to go. When the actuality is not. I don't want to miss God by moving so fast. And so with that being said, I'm definitely taking this Lenten season, because it is Lent season. I want to take the Lenten season to really slow down. Really slow down and really see God in every little thing, every little piece of my day, every little piece in every situation and every opportunity. I don't want to just see God when the big things happen. I also want to see God in the little small things that happen in the day. And I think we're so busy looking for the big thing, that we're moving so fast that we're trying to get to the big thing, that we miss every little small thing that God is trying to reveal to us in order to carry us into the next that we're looking for. And so I challenge you, slow down. It's okay. Slow down. Take some time to slow down. Ask God to reveal to you the areas in your life that you need to slow down in order to see what it is that you need to see, that God is trying to reveal to you in order to carry you to your next. It's way easier said than done. Lean on God. Pray. And listen. Be still enough, slow down enough to hear what God is trying to say to you. And just ask yourself, how can I slow down? And until next time, peace, love, and blessings.